Today we're making a keto recipe. I am making New Orleans bourbon chicken. So let's get into the recipe. I've already started getting my ingredients ready. I've got 1/8 of a teaspoon of black ground pepper and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Here I have some minced onion. It's 1/4 of a cup of minced onion. Here I have 3 cloves of garlic that I have minced. And here is 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Here I have 2 cups of unsalted chicken broth. It's organic. And you're not going to forget the star of the show here. This is 2 pounds of chicken thighs that has been skinned and deboned. Now you can buy them boneless, skinless if you want to, already done, but I didn't have any, so I had to take the skin off, and I also took the bones out. The leg there for the legs that are in the bowl, my husband likes legs. He wanted some legs that are in the bone. To each their own, right? But today I'm making a keto recipe, so just don't look at the drumsticks there. That's for my husband. But we have some chicken thighs here that have been deboned and skinned. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into the recipe. It shouldn't take very long, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do over here before I start. Okay, so this is low carb, of course. It's keto. But for rice, you can serve it over a bed of cauliflower rice. So this is what I'm doing today. I'm going to go ahead and start this cooking. I'm going to boil it, and then I'm going to chop it up in my food processor and make me some cauliflower rice. So let's go ahead and turn this on and get this boiling, and we'll process it here after it gets tender. Now guys, as you've seen earlier, I'm using Jim Beam Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey for this bourbon chicken. And what you're going to do is you're going to put 1 cup of bourbon in with the chicken when you start to cook it. And then you're going to use the juice from the bourbon sauce on top of your rice. Now that sounds great, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get to cooking. Okay, so in your pan, let me bring you just a little bit closer here. In your pan, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And I'm just going to eye it. If you want to measure it out, you can. But I'm just going to put 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And I'm going to turn on my heat. After that heats up, we're going to add in the chicken thighs, and I like to make sure this is good and hot before I get started. Now it might take just a little bit longer for this recipe because my husband wants chicken legs, and the chicken legs are still in the bone. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the chicken thighs first, and then I'll put the legs in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in our chicken thighs. Okay, put them in just like this. Now this recipe calls for 2 pounds of chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can use chicken breast if you want to. I wanted to go ahead and just use it according to the recipe today. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our chicken in here, and we're going to salt and pepper the chicken. So I might have to cook it just a little bit longer because of the chicken legs. So let me put this out of my way here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add we are going to add our salt and our pepper. So it's 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to cook these 3 minutes on each side until it is brown. Okay guys, so while my chicken is cooking, I'm going to measure out 1 cup of the Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Ooh, and this is strong. Now, I don't drink, and I hope that this is really good because I don't like liquor. I do not do liquor at all, but that's okay. As long as I'm cooking with it, the alcohol will cook out, and it should be a yummy recipe. And that's a lot of bourbon for a recipe, right? 1 cup. So there's my 1 cup of bourbon, you guys. All right. Let's go check on our chicken. Okay guys, now that my chicken has been cooking about 5 minutes on each side already, a lot of the water has come out of the chicken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the chicken and start to saute my garlic, butter, and onion. So let's get that started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove these. And if my dogs start barking, it's really hard to video, you guys, with dogs and people that live here. It's crazy. It's almost impossible. See how brown that looks? It's cute. Okay. Okay, let's get started on our other ingredients. Okay guys, now we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of butter. I've already melted my butter. Pour that in. We're going to add in our minced onion. That's 1/4 of a cup of minced onion. And we're going to go ahead and add our 3 garlic cloves of garlic that I have minced. Make sure we get all of that in there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and give it a good mix until it's brown. This chicken that's still in there. Now, it didn't say on the recipe to remove your chicken. I just went ahead and done that because it's just easier to saute the onion and the garlic together without the chicken in there. And all that good stuff that's on the bottom of your pan will come off when the bourbon gets in there and the chicken broth, and it will all be flavoring for your bourbon sauce. So we're going to cook this for a couple more minutes, and then we're going to start adding in our chicken again, and we're going to add the bourbon and the chicken broth. Now, what it calls for is after you get the broth in there, this is going to cook and simmer for 25 to 30 minutes. So you will have it simmering on a low heat for 25 to 30 minutes. And I guess that's to cook down all the alcohol in the bourbon and to get all that flavor into your chicken. And we almost are done with our garlic and our onion. It's starting to get brown. I don't want to burn my garlic. So let's go ahead and add in our chicken. Okay, we're going to add in our chicken. And that is my dog. She doesn't understand that Mama's cooking and I need to be quiet. but that's okay. Get some of that onion on top of that chicken. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is already smelling so good, and I haven't even got the broth or the bourbon in. It's just the chicken and the garlic and onion. Okay, you guys, now that that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and pour my chicken stock and my bourbon into the chicken. So here we have 2 cups of low sodium chicken broth going right over the chicken. Now you're going to come in with our 1 cup of our bourbon, and that goes right over the chicken too. Whew, it smells strong in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to saute this for 25 to 30 minutes. We're going to simmer it, get all those flavors mixed in together. I'm going to put a lid on, and we're going to come back and flip them halfway through. Okay guys, so my cauliflower has cooked, and we're going to drain it and go ahead and blend it up for our cauliflower rice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open this up and take my little tool out and put me some cauliflower in. I have already reserved some back for Jeff. So I've never had cauliflower rice before, so this is the first time I've ever made it. So let's go ahead and blend it up and see how it turns out. Okay, now we're halfway through, so what we're going to do is going to go ahead and turn these. And it's almost ready to eat. Yeah. Okay, just a few more minutes and then they'll be ready. Okay, my chicken is now done. The sauce, the bourbon sauce, is going to be thin, guys, when you cook it, because you're not supposed to have flour or any kind of cornstarch due to the carb intake. So we're going to go ahead and plate this up on some bed of cauliflower rice that I made for myself. It actually looks like mashed potatoes, but that's okay. So we're going to take this and put this right over the cauliflower, and then I'm going to take me a spoon. Where's my spoon? One second. I'm going to take some juice with the garlic and onion in it. You can see the minced onion and the garlic that's in the juice. Let me see if I can focus just a little bit better. There we go. Now let's put some more over the top. And there is your low carb bourbon chicken. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut into this chicken. This is what the chicken looks like, you guys. It's tender, and I'm gonna sample this and see how it tastes. Get me a little bit of that cauliflower on there. Now, for those that you are feeding that don't like cauliflower, pick some rice. There's my timer. Okay, let me try. Wow, that's different. It gives the chicken a good flavor, It doesn't have a lot of salt in it because it only called for 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So you might want to season it to taste. But for a low carb recipe, it's really good. So I hope you try this out, you guys. And everything will be down in the description box down below. And as always, I thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.